Well, hi everybody, and I know this is probably going to be a little weird. So, I'm getting ready to do an oil change on this, but I figured we could sit down and we could do like kind of like a how are things doing? Let's catch up. Let's talk. It's been a rainy day. And um I've been meaning to do an oil change on my bike for a little bit now. I'm a little over like 57 miles over needing an oil change on the bike. And with bikes, I prefer to keep them well maintenance and do what I need to. But for those that are out there, I don't know if any of you ladies have husbands or girlfriends or partners in general that are bike enthusiasts or love bikes. However, what I have here, which I have obviously a phone in my hand, it is a, don't mind my lawnmower in the background, or my son's stroller. So this is a CF Moto 300 SS. And I get it. Yes, she is a small engine. She's 300 SS. She's really nice. She surpasses what the OEM says is supposed to be this speed. So she will do basically 90. Okay, or he, whatever it will do basically 90. And and the license plate, obviously I have no shame in this. It is Salem. I got this bike when me and Daniel knew that basically after Salem's passing, we ended up with a life insurance policy. And I thought to myself, I was like, me and Daniel, when we first met, the first thing that we kind of talked about was like how we wish that we owned motorcycles, because we've, always wanted to experience that. And so when Salem passed, I had expressed my interest in buying a bike, and Daniel had said, if you want to buy a bike, let's get a bike. And I was like, okay. And, Daniel bought me my first bike, and I can't even remember the name of it now. But that was the first bike that I ever had. And then Daniel was doing some research. I was doing some research, and then we found this bike right here, which is directly competing with today's most popular bikes, which are like Kawasaki and Honda and a few other ones. Those ones definitely would outperform this bike. This bike, I am not interested in going to the track. I have done an extensive practice as far as like going, MFS courses, getting my license, doing everything that I need to do, even going to, police academies to take courses and doing the stuff that I need to, because, and I always say this, you are only as safe as your experience and your ability to learn. And I have also said this, even whenever it comes to my children, is that if you're going to ride a motorcycle, you have to accept the responsibility that you may not come home. And that's just how it is. And so with me, I like to delegate what I do with my bike. I bought this bike as a memorial piece and as a hobby, that I could get away and kind of escape after losing our son. And it has brought me a lot of peace and a lot of therapy because I love working on it. And I specifically ride this mostly to go out to my grandparents' house, or for 4th of July's, or, just to kind of zip around. And I used to use it to go back and forth to work on, and I don't anymore. And so I've considered selling it a couple of times, but it is extremely sentimental to me. So that probably will not happen for some time to come. But other than that, I'm getting ready to take and pop the cork on it and let the oil out. And then I've got to pull the little air, like the little oil filter out, which is so cute. It's like itty bitty. And honestly, it's literally almost like the miniature version of my car's oil filter, which is insane. So anyways, okay, let's hop on down and get that started. So, you know, why this is draining out, which should fairly go pretty quickly. Literally in what? In quarts. It is liters. It's 1.4 ounces. It is 47 point something. I have everything over here to like measure it out. And then of course, if you've never changed your oil, my biggest piece of advice is to always let it warm up first. Let anything, anything you change an oil on, bike, car, etc. Let it warm up and then let it sit for a couple of seconds. And once it's been sitting for a couple of seconds, you just go from there. It's so funny. Daniel got this for me. I don't know if you can really read it or not. I'll put it down here. But it literally says, "Do I look like a people person?" It's hilarious. Daniel got that, and then also my helmet. My helmet is red and black. My coat, my jacket, full armor, is red and black. My pants are black and full armored. Gloves, shoes is Alpine Star. Everything's red and black. Those are like my main two like fave colors. You literally, in my book, you can't go wrong with it, right? Just can't go wrong with it. Those are my two faves. Okay, well, that is still dripping out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to let that drip. And then once that's done, then I'm gonna come right back and then I'm going to replug it. And then I gotta pull the filter out. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna take off this right here, which is gonna be your oil filter. And then of course I forgot to get like my rag. And of course, you know, don't mind me and like my sweatpants and stuff because it is what it is. Not by any means is this like a tutorial, because it's not. I don't proclaim to know anything about. I'm not a professional mechanic, let alone a bike mechanic, for that matter. And so, I do this simply just because it's fun for me, and it gives me something else to do in that sense. And so, and plus two, it's raining. And if you don't know this, so Salem's middle name, it would have been Rain. So it would have been Salem Rainacres. And not to make this like uber goober depressing, because that is not the goal. You know, when it comes down to that whole situation, you know, it was raining when he passed away. And I thought to myself, like, oh, like, you know, weird, it's raining, and his middle name was Rain. And yeah. So but anyways, how are you all doing out there in this this world. I know he recently I've been posting like a lot of shorts and stuff, and I hope I haven't been driving you guys insane with notifications. That's provided that even notifications even work anymore. You know, and I think too, it's crazy because like when people say, oh, you know, when they say, oh, people can change. Yeah, people do change. People change, they grow, all different kinds of things. And I've changed in a lot of different ways since becoming a parent. I think that shows growth. I think that, you know, if you're changing in ways that is for the best, then that's amazing. I just, however, you know, I wish that things would have been a little bit more different with my son. And I'm talking about, you know, Malachi, because it sucks that, you know, his other parent is not here, and is not active in his life, and that's just how it is. There's not really much I can do to change that. Wish I could, but I can't. So without creating too much of a mess, that's how tiny the little filter is. It's so cute. It's so cute. I never thought I would say that about a filter, but it's cute. Yes, and I just threw it into the whole pot of freaking oil because it's gonna get thrown out anyways. And oh, by the way, recycle your oil. Take it to your local Walmart, okay? I would know that because I worked at Walmart at one point. Take it to your local Walmart and recycle it. You know, recycle it. Dispose of it properly. Essentially, I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Is just recycle it properly. Yeah. Now, the one thing I am going to do is I'm going to change my gloves because I don't want to spread oil around all over the place, even though, I mean, honestly, it's good luck. If you're able to do that, if you're able, try dry my hands off. If you're able to not spread oil around while doing an oil change, bravo. Bravo. Because I have not been able to succeed at that at all. I also do not, I can't let the oil touch my skin either, because if it does, my eczema breaks out. Don't ask me why, it just does. It's probably just because of like the pH or something to do with like the oil, but it irritates my skin like nobody's business. Beautiful. And that one fits in there perfectly. I know I have a pair of scissors. Perfect. I don't know why, but I literally cut that bag open and it was still difficult. It was still difficult to freaking, like, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, filter's done. Now it's just time to cork it and put fresh oil in it. Yay! Now I just have to get up off this wood. All right. What I would give to have a bike stand. I mean, I have a bike stand, but what I mean is like a off the floor, chest level bike stand. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Okay. So I've already corked her. I already put oil in her. She's right at the level that she needs to be at. Or they, yeah, whatever. Anyways. So let's start her up. See how she stops. Okay, well, I hope that you guys have found something fun about this video. So my thoughts is that I hope that the future is great. I hope that things that we're going to be doing on my channel, because I know I'm currently working on stuff. Yes. Oh, Panda's here. Say hi. Daniel. Anyways, well, Panda's here, so I gotta get going. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.